Hey, good morning, everybody. So we're gonna have a real quick video on the new come along system that was put onto 7001. Lauren, Captain Runs, is my photographer. She's my videographer, and I'm gonna do the tutorial. So if you don't mind coming this way, Lauren, let's take a look over here. All right, so we have a couple of different parts to this system that we just purchased. One is the Come Along Mechanical Advantage. Come Along Mechanical Advantage has a primary anchor hook. It has a forward and reverse and neutral position handle that brings your load to and from. We have one section of hoist chain with a hardened anchor point, and then we have multiple brass looking hardened steel chains. So the come along system itself will haul over 5 tons. However, the weakest part of the system is the actual chain. The chain is only rated at 5,000 pounds. But if anybody knows anything about Mechanical Advantage, every time you double, triple, or quantify your mass, it also quantifies your strength. So unfortunately, our haul strength on anything that we do is always going to be at the lowest denominator. So this anchor chain, which is a small pony length, your main chain, which goes down to 2 J hooks with keys, are what we have now as options to secure a vehicle, stabilize a vehicle, or even move a vehicle if necessary. So right now, what I did was I used the tanker as an anchor point. I have 7007, the utility truck, as a object that we want to move. So I'm going to demonstrate how the come along system works, both pulling and then also releasing. So if you think of it going up and down, you have ascending and descending of a load. Okay guys, welcome back. So real quick, I want Lauren to go and take a look at this handle. Like I said, 1.5 ton. You have an arrow that says load, and you have an arrow that says unload. When you go load, that is ascending. That is the direction of travel. That means the load is being pulled. If you go to unload, that means that it was going in releasing or descending in the direction of travel. If you're in neutral, which is the center position, that means it's free swinging, either forward or backwards. And the way that works is by this knob right here. So as I turn it, if you see that there's some retraction on that chain, because I'm manually releasing the load. I click up on the arrow, I'm then gonna start taking the load, which means that this system will come under load based off of that anchor point. So if Lauren backs up a little bit, I'm gonna start turning. Watch the tension on the chain go from saggy to tension or taut. And as I crank, you're gonna start to see the back of 07 come towards me. Obviously it's going very slow because I'm doing it manually, but you'll see the tires of 07 getting released off of the chock blocks and coming towards my direction. I can sit here and crank until the silver chain on the track block comes all the way up to my position. That means I can gain up to 5 feet of distance in one set. Once that's done, I'm going to have to reestablish the main chain, take away all slack, lock it in place, and then reapply this pressure. I'm going to stop right here. If you guys take a look, on the bottom part, or the running end of the chain, I have all that slack now because that's how much distance that we gained in our haul. So that is how this system works with pulling a load. If it came down to a rescue operation, we wouldn't even have to worry about all this distance. Going from one secure point to something else that needs to be secured, this is a great dynamic to actually apply that stability, that stabilization. So for example, we had a car down the ravine off the parkway, or we had a low angle rescue, or a couple of vehicles on top of each other where they're cattywampus. We can utilize this system to secure everything in place so we can effect the rescue. I'm going to now go and I'm going to descend, go the opposite direction, and release the load, and I'm going to do it manually, and you guys are going to see how the come along works. Go from load to unload and watch the magic work. You'll start to see the chain getting saggy, And the running end that's in my right hand is going up towards the trap block. And the vehicle is rolling back down towards the blocks. And once I'm done turning the block, the tires should be making contact with the chocks, and we are right back at ground zero. So the equipment were to come out of 701, right? It comes in a crate. It's a crate basket right there. Inside that crate, you're going to have all the parts to our haul system. So what does what can you use, how does it get used? Let's talk about the setup. So we have a section here, which is our main line. Let's see how long it is. I have no idea. Let's pretend I'm dumb today. Oh my God, it's longer than a truck length. So we have a 10-foot section times 2, which means 20-foot length of chain, rated at 5,000 pounds. So this is what we're going to be using as our main connection point when it comes to our 2 J-hooks. One on a cheater ring, one on a chain with a key and a hook. These are what we use for stabilization. They look exactly like what comes on a tow truck. So we add them together, 2 to 1, 1 is none. Anchor point or a cheat connection. This can also be used for a project capture device, which I'm going to show you in another video. Which means every time that we gain, we set up a piece of chain, piece of webbing, whatever, to secure whatever that load was so it stops moving. We don't want to release what we just gained. We want to continue that pull. We want to continue that direction of travel. And then our come along. Silver chain, 1.5 ton rating. The only connection point is the big black hook with a gate. The orange end, you do not put a load on that. That is just visual stimulus to let you know that you're at the end of that chain. That is not a connection point. Our box, 1.5 ton rating. This is our system. Whenever we're going to go and connect anything, we always have to make sure that the whole system is connected to our base or anchor point. And then the chain and the hooks go into the direction of the load that we are trying to capture. Okay, so you don't ever want to do it in reverse. It always wants to be Class D rating, anchor point to the load. So you're going from something stable to something unstable. All right, and then we're going to start setting this system up, so give me 2 seconds. So Donnie's hooking up to the load. He's got a secure point, which is going to be the backside of the tow hitch, and both J-hooks are underneath. So as tension is pulled on that connection point, the chain will go in line, so we don't have to worry about movement or displacement. I'm going to utilize the cheater as the anchor point off the tanker, so come over here. I like to keep things simple, so I'm going to take the hook, secure the chain off the hook. I have 2 loops right here. I have 2 hardened 5,000 pound connections. I'm going to then take the system and I'm actually going to hook it directly into both. That is snug as a bug in a rug, and it's not going anywhere. Now Donnie's got the hooks, he's got the chain. Donnie's going to run the chain through the cheater, and he's going to bring that chain forward. Now he's going to work out the slack in between the two and then bring the other end back towards the head. So what happens is we're going to use this chain to haul, but we're going to use it so we're breaking it in half. So this is going to be our distance away. We're going to secure that in place, and this is going to give us our meat to connect our haul line. Once again, here comes our haul line, right? This thing is retractable, resettable. I'm going to use the hook, come to the end. I'm going to run my hook in. I got 1 set of chain, I got my hook in. I got the second set of chain, and I'm going to run it up to the haul side. Okay, so put everything down nice and easy, make sure it doesn't fall apart. If the system is set up right, as I go and I start to trap some of that progress, this is going to start getting taut. So Donnie, put it in neutral. Let's see if it works. So as I'm going to be using the trap lock, I always want to make sure that my fingers are going to be free of the chain, any moving parts. And I'm also going to want to be able to visualize and see which direction I'm going to be moving my, my system. So I'm going to go to load, so I flicked it up, and I'm going to start rotating my wheel in direction. All right, so as I'm turning, the system's starting to get some tension. Now I got it in line. I'm going to start my crank, and let's see if the tires move. Okay, system's in place. Everything held, nothing failed, and I am capturing all that progress because I can see I'm gaining spaghetti on my trap lock. So altogether, if this was field expedient on a scene, we can set this system up in about 2 minutes. And we've already got everything completely stable. So any questions, reach out to myself or Captain Runza. This stuff's on 701 on the rescue side high compartment. It's in that gray bin. And guys, be safe. Take care.